There are a lot of subjects that are closely related to HTML that are outside the scope of this course, like JavaScript, CSS, CGI, and web design. At some points, out of necessity, I will touch on some of these other subjects as needed. There's even a chapter in here on CSS, but ultimately, it's just to support the effort to teach the subject of this course, which is HTML. In order to take this course and to follow along with the exercises, you will need to have a good text editor. There are a couple of important distinctions here. A word processor is not a text editor. Yes, a word processor is used to edit text, but it simply will not work for this purpose. Editing text is only part of what a word processor does. It also formats text, and this is where the problem lies. When a word processor saves a file, it saves a lot of formatting information along with that file, and that's what makes it unsuitable for this purpose. An HTML file, like most programming languages, is a very specific thing. When you add anything to it that is not HTML, it simply will not work. Likewise, and this is another vital distinction, an HTML editor is not a text editor. After you've finished with this course, if you want to use Dreamweaver or GoLive or some other WYSIWYG HTML editor, go right ahead, but it won't help you learn HTML. The purpose of this course is to learn HTML, so we'll be typing HTML directly into a text editor. One more important distinction, neither Notepad on the PC nor TextEdit on the Mac are really capable of editing plain text files. Do not attempt to use either of these editors for this purpose. I'll be using TextWrangler on a Mac. If you're on a PC, you may want to try Notepad++. These are both free, and they're both fully capable text editors suitable for this purpose. You will want to have several different web browsers available. I try to have all the recent versions of all the major browsers available, as well as a few old versions. Unfortunately, different browsers support different features, and some of them even support the same features differently. This course was recorded at a particular point in time, and by the time you view it, even if it's just a few weeks or months later, the browser landscape will have likely changed. It's important to know how your web pages will work in different environments, and the only way to know that is to test it. Keep a lot of different browsers around, and try these features on them to see how they behave differently. This practice will serve you well for the long term. I tend to keep a list of current resources on my website. Here you will find links to the standards, reference sites, and resources about what HTML features work in what browsers. I suggest you check it out from time to time in order to stay up to date with the current state of HTML.